Aldo, hello, it is I, Commander Crumpet, and I am here, playing Jurassic World Evolution and Metal Gear. Sorry, I have not muted my phone. That's a stupid thing of me to do. Why did I not do such a thing before I started recording? Never mind, I've recorded now. So, hello! I've been gone for a very long time. This is kind of like an impromptu thing, because I just felt like I wanted to do a video again, and I bought this, and I thought, why not? Oh my little Triceratops. But yeah, I suppose really some housekeeping to begin with. Yeah, I know I made a video, like, fucking years ago, saying, oh yeah, I'm going to be doing videos again, it's going to be awesome. But then things got in the way, and I didn't quite know what to do, and my PC isn't the best, and I could only really do PC games. I'm splurging everything here. But yeah, so yeah, I kind of felt I couldn't really do many videos because my PC is so crap. But at the same time, I just want to make videos. I really want to make videos. So I thought, you know what, this game is running pretty fucking well on my computer, considering I thought I'd give it a go. This is kind of like, this is complete spur of the moment in the fact that I've not tested to see if this records. I've not done anything to test it out. But yeah, I thought I'd do a little video on this. And I do intend to start making videos a little bit more regularly, but yeah, there's once again still no schedule or anything like that. But I'm intending to do a little video on this. But either way, this is Jurassic World Evolution, which is a game that it's kind of what every Jurassic Park fan has wanted for years. In the fact that it's a park management game with dinosaurs. And you make dinosaurs, and these are my dinosaurs. I made some dinosaurs, and they're cool. I love dinosaurs. Dinosaurs were my thing as a kid, and I loved them completely. But yeah, and so there's this. There are some niggles with this game, but for the most part, if you can kind of overlook some of them, it's still a brilliant game. So, this is the first island that you get, because the entire thing is with the game, you are on the I can't remember the Cinco Muertes Islands, the 5 deaths, the islands from the series, the 5 deaths islands. So this is the first island, Isla Matanceros, I think it's called, or something like that's the wrong thing. If you go to control room, I can have a look. Yes, Isla Matanceros. My island rating is that, but yeah, so you got this whole thing. But yeah, so this is the easy island. So like all my missions thus far have been, you know, my first mission was to create one of these little guys. There's the Struthiomimus, which are little birdie things. You click on it, so you go all the way out to them. Oh yeah, look at there. Look at that, look at his little face. Look at his little face. Ah, what are you doing, you pervert? Right, so yeah, with those you can look at all the details, all the other thing, and look at all the genome. So we've got like the entire thing of the game is you've got. At first, I think you only have Struthiomimus. I think you might have enough for a barely viable Triceratops. But other than that, you've got practically nothing, and you basically have to go out and about, find fossils, extract DNA, and make dinosaurs. So first of all, in terms of getting what you need, first of all you've got to get an expedition center, which you got here. And if you do that, you've got to view the map. It comes up with an entire world map of various locations. Obviously, a lot of them are locked. So you need to get more. So if you make more expedition centers and things and do research and stuff, you unlock new areas. And you can also unlock big teams by doing various things. And then you go to various ones and it tells you what the commonly found species are. So if you're after Triceratops, you do that. The blue ones, as you can see, they're partially depleted. So I've been there before, and so The first time you go to a place, you get tons of fossils, you get loads of them. But afterwards, you get less and less every time you go there until finally you've depleted the entire thing, I think. I've literally played this a little bit, and then I thought, fuck it, I'm making a video. So yeah. So you send an expedition team, so I don't know, let's get some more stuff for the Edmontosaurus. So yeah, clicky, and then you check out, and your helicopter goes, whee! This is a Twin Law game, I love it! And so your little guy goes off, and they'll be gone for a few minutes or so. And then when they get back, you go to the fossil center. I've got a few fossils anyway, so, and they come back with various fossils with various amounts of stuff, various amounts of various quality. So amber gets you lots. Amber's always loads of stuff, loads of DNA to extract. The the stone fossils, the tablets and things like that, they're less. I've never seen one with more than 3 stars. So, you know, at the moment I don't have many. I have lots of Ceratosauruses because one of the missions I had to do. This is kind of the thing that kind of is a bit weird with the game, I found. Is that you have, if we go to the center here, you've got various missions for the 3 factions, if you will, the three departments of your park: security, science, and entertainment. For security, I had to. The first mission I had from him was to to find 2 carnivore fossils. Which is, you're thinking, yeah, that's fine. The next mission he got me to do was to get enough viable DNA for an Edmontosaurus. I can't find my Edmontosaurus. That's never a good sign in a park. Where's my dinosaur? If you go to the map, though, here's all your dinosaurs. And so, whoop, he's hiding behind a tree. Which, yeah, they've changed up what many of the... Because, as you can see there, when you went on the map, this was like pictured as one of those ones that have like the big crest at the back of their head, where this is one that's got a little hump, and that's my expedition team coming back. But yeah, so that was the next mission for the security division, was creating this guy. Was getting enough DNA to get this guy and create him. And then all the subsequent missions were centered around that Edmontosaurus. So it's like, well, why the hell did I waste all my time getting carnivore DNA? Which, you know, you have to pay for everything you do. You have to pay, and for that is you only ever have. That is your resource, your money. That is what you have. So everything else, you don't have to pay. You don't have to pay. You don't have to like have X number of wood to create a thing, or X number of steel, or whatever. You just have to have the money, and that is it. So yeah, I wasted money going on an expedition to get carnivore fossils for them to not be used. I mean, by all means, but when I first started, I didn't have enough to make a viable Ceratosaurus. But now I do. So it's like, well, it's like, I don't know why they wanted me to get that when I'm not using it for anything. I'm not using the Ceratosaurus. I could make a Ceratosaurus, but I'd need to make a whole new enclosure for him, because obviously my enclosure at the moment is full of herbivores. So yeah. Either way, for the moment, I'm going to extract the DNA. So with that, I don't know if you can see there, you can either, with every fossil you get, you can either extract the DNA, or you can sell it. So if you've got surplus DNA, you can just get rid of things. Oh.
Remember, the show must go on. This contract makes that possible.
So yeah, occasionally you get missions from these and these particular departments. I've done with this particular. I don't know if it's for this particular map or it's just for the time being. I've done all the missions for security and science. With science, whereas all of them have their wants. So the entertainment division is all about is about getting your park popular. It's about all the enticing visitors, basically. They're your rep. So that is what the entertainment's for. So their priority is just getting the park making money. So they're not. I mean, they care about the welfare of the dinosaurs, obviously, but they're not that in. They don't. It's not the top of their priority. Security are the closest to being evil, if you will, because with that Edmontosaurus mission line, it pretty much ended with you encouraging an Edmontosaurus to escape, to break containment, and you then send your ACU, your capture unit, basically, to go and get it back, to tranquilize it and get it back into its containment. Which they're about security of the park, but also possible combat applications for your creatures and your dinosaurs. So they're the closest to the iGen bad guys, that are in every single Jurassic Park film. And then there's science. Science is the closest to being pure good. They're about the welfare of the dinosaurs. They're about creating the most genetically perfect ones. So getting them to be viable, like getting the most complete genomes possible, and all that kind of stuff. But either way, we're going to accept it. And as you can see, with each of them, you have favour for each of them. So if you favour one over the other, if you favour one over all the others, they will start getting pissy with you, to the point where they'll start possibly trying to sabotage you. So if you focus only on science, eventually security is going to get pissed off, and they're going to start trying to deliberately release dinosaurs and go against your wishes and your needs. Either way, this particular mission is quite simple. Use the Ranger team's camera to take a photograph that includes at least 2 Triceratops. Photographs of dinosaurs, dinographs, we need some, accept. And so, yeah. And, he's going to come and waffle at me. Oh no, that's my finances. This is where this game, I didn't quite realise what this game was going to be, in the fact that, as you can see here, it's like, this is a full breakdown of everything that you're doing. This is a complete financial breakdown. So in the last month, your expenses have been, like 150,000, 150,000, and it's like, your expeditions cost this much, and all that, and it's a complete financial breakdown of your park. This is like, and it tells you, as you can see, it tells you exactly what your profit is. This is my profit per minute. So that it's a very in-depth management game, if you want it to be. But yeah, it's very odd. It's very odd in the fact I wasn't expecting to be this. By the way, I can't remember what I was saying now. I'm kind of waffling a bit. I do apologise. But yeah, so the factions, the factions, they're more departments of your park, really. But so if you favour one, the others will get pissed off and start trying to sabotage you, or start trying to go behind your back to do their objectives, regardless of whether you want them to do it or not. And so you have to deal with that shit. But yeah, it's a good little game. I'm liking this so far. It's like, it looks gorgeous. Because you can, pretty much, all these trees and these foliage and all the like shrubs in here and the water level, you can change all of it. You got your landscaping tools, paths, your power, guest things, so you can put in hotels, emergency shelters for your people. I put a gift shop, I put one in right there, my little gift shop. Fast food restaurants, and then various other things you unlock with research. An awful lot of them. Your operations, which some missions unlock, some of the things you have to get through research, like, you know, the Innovation Center and things, but other things, as you can see, only one research center. So you can only have one of particular things, like only one fossil center, only one thing. Exposition center, only one expedition center. But yeah, eventually I think you get the ability to pretty much swap between parks. So, because that's what he was saying when I was in the expedition menu, was it's like some of these things were you have to have more expedition centers, which means you have to have more islands. So you have to complete the islands, get to another one, and then I think that's kind of where the juggling act begins, in the fact that you have to start actually managing multiple islands at the same time, which is a bit of a task. But either way, what I need to do, because one of my little missions down at the bottom is I need to get a new genome up to, I think, 60% viability. So I'm going to send a dig site to China. Off you go. And they do actually go in different directions depending upon where you're sending them, which is quite cool. So it's like, you know, they are actually heading in an appropriate direction. I don't know if that actually is directed to China, because as you can see, I can't see that far. But yeah, I'm trying to think of what else to say. It's a good little game. So yeah, there's a lot of managing to do. You can, oh bloody hell, they're running low on food, and what? I got dead. No, dinosaur dead. Why is dinosaur dead? Oh, it's
so
just
now we reach the inevitable. Life begets death. But here's the question that you got to ask yourself: was this avoidable? The answer: of course not. Death, it's always coming. But could you have delayed it? Well, that's maybe another story.
So yeah, I didn't mention Jeff Goldblum actually voices Dr. Ian Malcolm in this game. So if you're not already sold, it's got Jeff Goldblum in it. It's, you know, it's worth it for that. But either way, yeah, I've lost a dinosaur. I've lost my first dinosaur. Dinosaurs can die from starvation, dehydration, combat, hunting, disease, or old age at the end of their lifespan. Length of lifespan is determined by a dinosaur's lifespan trait, which can be improved by genetic modification. Dead dinosaurs should be removed with the transport team to prevent disease. So yeah, this was my first dinosaur I ever created, and he's gone. He's gone. Oh, poor little bugger. But either way, life needs to do a thing. So you go to your ACU, and if I go to add task, no, it's not that one. It's a different thing. Oh God, I never know what to do. No, I don't want to pilot the helicopter. That's better. Transport team. So you got like exterior transport teams, which you can send in, which sends in a fucking Chinook. So it's like, well, it's not a Chinook. It's a different thing to a Chinook. But yeah, it sends these guys in. So basically, like, for example, if you need to remove a dead dinosaur, for example, or you need to move one that's broken containment, and after you've tranquilized it, you use the ACU, this little helicopter, to go out and tranquilize it, and then you get these guys to haul them wherever you want them to be hauled. But yeah, oh, I can't believe I've lost my first dinosaur. Oh, but I believe that, does it tell you what caused it? I don't believe it does. I think with that one, it probably was old age, because it literally was my first dinosaur. That is the first one I ever created. But yeah, but at the same time, that does mean we need a replacement. So this is the Hamon Creation Lab, so if you select your thingy, you incubate a dinosaur, and you can select any dinosaur that you've got the relative genetic things for. So I've got a pretty good amount of genetic data for a Triceratops, but I've already got 3. Struthiomimus, I got and Wondosaurus, but I think we're going to go for another Struthiomimus because, yeah, why not? If you want to, you can fuck around with the genome, which you can get. I think you unlock various different ones as you go along. As you can see here, there's various ones that are still locked. But I think, yeah, by the look of things, you have to get a pretty decent amount of the genome already in order to do that. But, for example, you can change various parts of their genetic makeup. So first of all, you could go, yeah, I want a different pattern. This is the standard one, so it's their natural gene. Or if you want one of a different colour, you can get them for a different colour. But every single time you fuck around, it becomes less viable. So as you can see there, it's now 5% less viable. So normally, it's practically a given. If you leave it alone, it's practically a given that it's going to be a successful incubation. If you fuck around, there is a chance that your dinosaur will fuck up. Because at the moment, I think a standard, a Struthiomimus is $30,000 to incubate. So I don't think that. No, it does actually change. I didn't realise that, but yeah. So if you leave it, there's a 70% viability. So you're more than likely going to have a fully successful incubation, and it's going to be fine. But the more you dick around, the more it costs you, and the less viable it gets. But it becomes a higher rating dinosaur, meaning it's going to attract more visitors. It's going to get you more money. But there is the chance it will fail incubation and be no longer viable and just fail. And you still pay that money. That money's still gone. So yeah. So for example, with this one, if I wanted to, I could change its lifespan. I could go for... I could apply this bat gene, which improves its cardio strength. So it's less likely going... By the look of things, cardio strength, I believe that will increase its cardio strength. It makes it so it's got a stronger heart, which thus improves its lifespan. Where normally it's got 42 lifespan, which I believe is 42 days, if you will, or how I don't know how time is actually calculated in this. I think it's like there's no day and night cycle from what I've seen really, but you know. They have a set number of time, a set amount of time in this world. If you do that, it increases it, but it knocks their viability. But I am not going to dick around with it. I'm just going to incubate a straight Struthiomimus, and it slowly whittles up, and we just leave that alone. But either way. As we said before, this ground feeder is practically fucking empty. So what we do, in regards to this, is we get our ranger station. And we get our ranger team, we add a task to them, and then everything they can do is highlighted. So, we're going to give them a task to resupply that. If you want to, you can take over that. You can just literally...
Numbers are looking great.
Numbers are looking great, according to that guy. So yeah, my profit per minute is 76,000. So, but yeah, now this guy's going to come racing along. Door's going to open. There's my little dudes driving along, singing a song. I've not had any of the herbivores attack my rangers or anything yet. I've had a couple of illnesses, which the rangers... But pretty much the rangers are your go-to. They are the ones who do practically everything. They refill the feeders, they medicate... As you can see, they resupply feeders, medicate dinosaurs, repair broken items or buildings, reboot sabotage machineries or buildings, heal, etc, etc, etc. They are the go-to people. They do everything, practically. The ACU is practically... I think it's acquisition... I think acquisition containment unit, which these fellas are your acquisitions. They are to contain them. So if they are practically there in case they escape. If they escape, that is all they're for. That is all. I'm pretty sure that is everything. It's just the movement and capturing and tranquilizing of dinosaurs. Provide active response to park incidents. Expect AC to tranquilize dinosaurs. Choose transport teams to transport and sell dinosaurs or remove dead dinosaurs. So you can actually sell a fully formed, fully viable dinosaur if you so desire. However, I believe that is my Struthiomimus ready to release, and you get a little video every time. It's like, oh, there he is. He's like, he's so happy. It's like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm out. And then eventually, and if you just have this on, you can just follow him around. So yeah, it's quite cool, and you can, if you want to, rename every single dinosaur. Eventually, it does snap away, but still, oh, I love dinosaurs so much. But either way, I think what we need to do is we need to first of all go to our ranger station, go to our ranger team, and drive the vehicle, because you can drive every single vehicle yourself. So your helicopter, like your ACU helicopter, you can drive that yourself. You can tranquilize the dinosaurs yourself if you so desire. And that is exactly what you're going to do here. What we're going to do here. We're going to... Oh, come on, up you go! Ugh. You would have thought a Range Rover would be able to fucking go up a little hill. Beep beep! But yeah. I hope this isn't like copyrighted music. So, but yeah, you can do everything yourself. You can do this from the car. You can do it all yourself. You can look after it all. But my current objective is to get a photograph with 2 Triceratops in it. Which... take photo. Booyah! Play roll. And so I think you get paid no matter what when it comes to... photograph 2 Triceratops. I just did 2 Triceratops. I just did 2 Triceratops. God, species repetition play. Really? Photographed. Unless possibly it didn't technically count it because they weren't together technically. Sorry, I'm now driving around in an enclosure full of dinosaurs. I'm vastly too fucking... Photograph 2 Triceratops. I've done this. I've done this thing. Why are you not saying that I've done this thing? Oh. Oh god. Oh dear. This has all gone wrong. Would this be a good enough picture for you?
I'm not sure what this is a picture of, and I'm not sure I want to know.
There we go.
Way to go.
By the way, just go over here. Ooh, careful of the Struthiomimus. I don't know if I'm pronouncing any of these names correctly. I just know that I think is correct, so screw you. So, no. Sorry. But yeah, so get away. Where's a horn? Is there a horn? There better be a horn. Oh my God, there better be a horn. But yeah, so you can actually get like a park side view, which is what's quite good. There is, I suppose, but yeah, and back. So yeah, transmission incoming. Oh.
Hey, it's Isaac. How you doing? I got some cool stuff you need to be a part of, so I'm putting it out there. Come on and help the winning team. Mine.
So yeah, this is one of the big missions for him. So this is like an entire mission line where eventually, once you complete it, you'll get $1 million, and a Dracorex genome. Which Dracorex is a type of... I don't know if it's an actual... I love dinosaurs completely, but I'm a little bit behind on recent discoveries, so I don't know if that's actually a dinosaur. I know that there are a few that are in the game that don't actually technically exist. So I don't know. I seem to have heard that there was an Indominus Rex in it, which is obviously the big baddie from the Jurassic World film, but I'm not sure. But either way, the mission is to acquire a 50% genome for a Ceratosaurus, which I believe I possibly already have done.
Alright, look, I am all about this show. These dinosaurs, we have one unlike any other on the planet. Theme parks rely on drawing people in. And what is more attractive than new dinosaurs? Well, me, of course. Yeah, no, what I'm saying is let's get some fresh dinos in the hopper.
Okay, technically I've already gotten that.
I don't know what's worse, treating these creatures like
So, yeah.
for the mill or cropping them up as curiosities.
So yeah, with this, it's because the start of that mission was to get a Ceratosaurus genome to 50%. I've already got a Ceratosaurus genome to 50%, so it's immediately skipped me forward a step, so that I have to now incubate and release one from the Hamon Creation Lab. However, you may notice a problem. I have this Creation Lab here, full to bursting with herbivores. So therefore, I'm going to need a new enclosure for them. So I'm going to need to clear some space and create a whole new enclosure, which I believe if I clear out all this forest, so deforest, start it here. And what could be wrong? What could go wrong with me having a Ceratosaurus, a fucking major predator, as a thing right next to my ACU? So yeah, we're going to... You may see there, that's the line of the world. So we're going to clear everything out first. We're going to create a whole new... I think this is what we're going to do. We're going to create this. We're going to create our new Ceratosaurus. And we're going to... Right, so what do we need? We need, first of all, to get rid of this. So first of all, we need an enclosure. We need, first of all, a Hamon Creation Lab. Hamon Creation Labs are the be-all and end-all, basically. That is the best way of describing them. They are the be-all and end-all. They are the bee's knees. They are the dog's pajamas. Practically, they are everything. You have to have... They are what create your dinosaurs. However, there is no power in this current position, so what we're going to do is we're going to create some power. First of all, we're going to have a substation. We're going to plonk it right there, and then we're going to connect it to the mains. And then we are going to get an enclosure, we're going to get a Hamon Creation Lab, and we're going to plonk it right there. And it builds it all up with little, like, fast-forwarded. But yeah, while this is, I'm waiting for this to build, there is a slight niggle I have with the missions, in the fact of you can only have one operational at a time. So if you want to, if because you saw when this guy came up, pretty much whenever a mission line comes up, that happens. So a big fucking thing comes across the screen and a big window opens, and you kind of think, oh yeah, I'm going to do this thing. So you can have, I think you can have as many of these little mini things open as you want, but you can only have one big mission open at a time. Which it doesn't really explain to you. Or if you go to the control room and try to switch between missions, it will tell you, it will cancel your mission, and and all that stuff. When it comes up with a big screen, it doesn't tell you that. So I was like partway through the science mission of trying to get a decent Triceratops genome, and all of a sudden it comes up with and then it comes suddenly at the I can't get my words out in a minute. I'm going to start extracting DNA for this one because we need to get this fella up to 60%. So that's my new gene. That's my new lab. That's my new creation lab. But anyway, so I was halfway through the science mission when suddenly the security mission came up. So I thought, oh yeah, I'll give that a go. So I then went through all of the security mission and completed it. I then went back to the science mission, and it had completely reset my progress. Because part of the science mission is to create. You first of all create a Triceratops. You get it up to a certain level, and then you create a Triceratops. Then you get it up to a certain viability. You get it up to the genome up to a certain percentage, and create a new one. And I think that pretty much ends that mission. However, I got to the point of
business is good, but it can always be better. Consider this contract.
This is a whole new. This is one of the mini options. Extract new DNA in the fossil and increase dino genome to at least 50%, which that's fair enough.
Every day more exciting than the last. That's my motto.
But yeah, so I did the science mission. I started the science mission, and it started me from scratch.
Even if I don't know what that is.
So this is why I have 3 Triceratops. I was technically, by following that mission line, I should have only had 2, but because of how things were. Because with the final part of that science mission, it was a 3-part thing of, I think it was research. It was research something at the research center, which the research center I've not really gone into, but the research center has various things, improvements to enclosures, in buildings, genetic research, medical treatments. So certain creatures will get certain illnesses. I believe Triceratops are quite susceptible to hookworms. But yeah, so various things get various things. So you've got to do research to be able to treat such illnesses or certain genetic markers. So you research into certain immune responses and certain genetic things you can do. Even cosmetic things like we saw, because we have arid genes, but we can have alpine genes or vivid genes or wetlands and taiga and savanna. So even though these things possibly would have never lived in a particular environment, you can fuck around with their genetic code to make it look like they should have been in that environment. But yeah, so either way. So I think with that mission, it was like a 3-part mission where you had to increase the viability to a certain percent, you had to research a thing and also do another part to it. But even though I got all the way to the point of releasing my second, like, pretty fucking good, viable Triceratops, it made me release another one. Which, when you come down to it, it's like, incubator dinosaur. These are $230,000 a pop. These are not inexpensive. The Triceratops, they're pretty inexpensive. but fucking them, Triceratops, they're not. Which is kind of another horrible bit about this game, is the fact that you've got to try and think of these as assets. You have to think of them as, even though, yeah, they're living things, and they've got these little faces, and oh, look at their little face. Look at his little face, he's having a munch, yum, 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 yum. But yeah, even though there's these little things, you have to excuse the fucking bike going past in my fucking window. Even though these little living things, and they've got their own little AI and their own little personalities and everything, you've got to think of them as a thing that you have to protect because money. Either way, I'm not going to bore much longer, so I need to create a enclosure for a fucking carnivore. So yeah. So luckily enough, this goes so we're not going to have it too big of an enclosure, but we're going to have it fairly sized, otherwise he's not going to be a happy, vicious predator. And so yeah, we have a fully integrated thing. We need a gate so that we can gain access to it, which we might as well plonk it like there. This is actually a pretty small enclosure. I think actually light steel fence replace. No, if we get rid of this and this and this, we're going to build a bit bigger because it seems a little bit small to me. I'm going to get rid of this one as well, and we're going to do some more enclosure walls. So we're going to go boop, 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 boop. There we go. So we have a large enclosure. Then we're going to do a little bit of landscaping. We're going to put some water in here. She's going to need some water. We're going to also, what we're going to do, because basically you may, I've not even mentioned this thing. If we go rotate here, you may have noticed this is a viewing gallery. Because once again, it's all fine and dandy having these dinosaurs everywhere, but people want to see them. People want to do stuff with them. So
you've got dinosaurs your guests want to get up close and personal with. The thing is, they can't. Construct facilities to increase visibility and keep visitors the right side of the safety glass.
So yeah, that's the entire thing. It's the fact that these are animals. And the AI in this is pretty good in the fact that these animals don't necessarily want to be seen all the time. So you have to actually entice them out. Or at least give people the ability to get up close and personal. Which is why you've got these little dome things like in the Jurassic World film. But yeah, so guests come to your park to see prehistoric life up close. Ensuring your dinosaurs can be viewed by guests will improve your facility rating. Use a combination of viewing galleries, viewing platforms, monorails, and gyrospheres to create your enclosures. So yeah, that's the entire thing, is the fact that... So I've created my little viewing gallery here, which you can see that cone is where they can see. So the entire thing is you're supposed to, you put things in there, like you put clearings and you put, as I've done, feeders, to allow them, so basically you're enticing the creatures out to allow people to see. And that's the entire thing. You have to make sure, if you have them just like as a big fucking walkway, you're not going to get people happy. People will not be happy with that, and therefore you won't get visitors, you'll lose money, etc, etc. Since I put that in, my profits have fucking skyrocketed. Just that one viewing platform. Which is exactly what we're going to do with this one. So, we are going to, I think, we're going to clear out some more woodland. Not much more, but just a little bit more. And we're going to get rid of that. We're going to create a path, which the paths work pretty nicely. So we're going to plonk that there for now, and then we're going to create a new viewing gallery. I don't know why it's gone that way around. There we go. Actually, then again, do we want this as somewhere else? No, I think around here is fine. I will have to create another like substation. Oh god, it's really not liking this at all. So I think if we put it like there, I think putting it around about here is probably the best choice, because simply I don't want my rangers being in here a lot. So I want them to be in here for as little time as possible. So literally, basically what my plan is, gates there, they're going to be able to get in. If I put a feeder around about there, and then fuck off. So that therefore, if they need to fucking refill it, they'll go in, feed it, go in, refill, go out. That's it. But either way, I'm going to need to make a new substation. Which is one of the things that's quite good about the game, the fact that you can literally fuck yourself over if you so wish to. This gate, for example, I can just open it. I can just open it. Yep, it's open now. Literally open. Off you go. Anything can come in, anything can come out. Doesn't matter to me. Off you go. And there's nothing with the, and so for example, as well as that, with the ACU, if I go, so for example, you and add task, I can tranquilize any one of these dinosaurs, and then I can get the teams to pick it up and plonk it anywhere I want. So it's like literally nothing stopping me from doing this at all. I can literally release hell upon these poor unsuspecting guests anytime I desire. And it is quite sadistically fun. So, but either way, I keep getting distracted. What we need first of all is we need, or do I need another substation, or do I just need a connector? I think we can just do, well, either way we're going to need a connector anyway. So we go connector, boop, to boop. And then we're going to need a substation. Actually, no, if we just plug it there. And I believe it's already connected. Which that gets that sorted out. And then we need a path, which leads to... For some reason, they only let you go a certain length with the paths. So it's like, yeah. I think you can curve them as well, a little bit a la... Because this is made by Frontier, which is the same people who made, I believe they're the same people who made Planet Coaster, which is a fantastic theme park game, which I recommend wholeheartedly. But either way, I now have my Ceratosaurus Enclosure. I have a viewing platform. I need noms for said dinosaur. However, I'm tempted, something I'm tempted to do is I'm tempted to make a little kind of like security gate here. So that there's like an extra level of security for this fella. So if I go to like, if I went to like here, kind of like here, here, and here, and then there's the gate option there. So and then have another gate. So that in case it's like just hanging out there. So I have an extra level of security, so they had to go through 2 gates in order to get through. With the other ones, it's like, well, there's no point. But either way, we have that now. So I think we need some landscaping because we've gotten rid of all the trees in this area. So I think this thing needs a little bit of cover. But if we like put it over here somewhere, I don't want to get too close to the fence because as you can see with this fence, the Edmontosaurus that had to escape as part of that mission would constantly try and break out around here. So I couldn't actually see when it was trying to escape. Where with this, if it tries to escape out this way, I can see it. So yeah, we can do that. A little bit there, a little bit there. There we go. Got a nice little forest area, and now we need some noms for said creature. So, this is a fucking meat eater, so you can either go for just a normal carnivore feeder. Yeah, I think most of you can already see what's underneath it, but I'm going to go sparingly. So this provides meat and suitable nutrients for carnivorous dinosaurs. Food is served on schedule, so more than one feeder may be needed to support groups of dinosaurs. The feeder satisfied food need. Feeders must be regularly resupplied by a ranger team. Then underneath that is the live bait feeder. Provides meat and nutrients for carnivorous dinosaurs in a mobile package. Although less efficient in nutrient delivery than the carnivore feeder, it satisfies food and provides activity for the hunter. Feeders must be regularly resupplied by a ranger team. So I can either go for a live bait feeder, which costs less but isn't technically as nutritionally viable, or I go for this, which is more mundane but gives them all the nutrients they need. So I think there's only one option really. We're going to have to go for a live bait feeder. Although, do we put this down now or do we leave it for a minute? Because we have to start building our dinosaur. And basically with the live bait feeder, it will go wandering around. So it will come and do things. Either way, we're going to incubate a dinosaur. And we're going to incubate our first meat eater. Or do we want to go something a little bit... Do we want to try and get him a little bit more viable? Because at the moment, there is a almost 50-50 chance that he's going to fail incubation. So I think... I know this is boring to everyone, but I'm going to go here. I'm going to practically get everything... I'm going to extract every piece of DNA I can on this guy, so that I can get him as perfect as possible. Especially as well as that, I only have a limited space in my my fossil stocks, so I need to empty that out a bit. So as you can see, it's like 4%. I think you normally get around about. I think you possibly get around about 10% for a perfect amber sample. With one, you'll get you might only get like 1% viability on a 1-star fossil. But yeah, I think by the look of things, it's going to be around about 10% or 9%. Yeah, 9%. So straight away, we are on this.
I think this was the smart play for the science division. So I'm pleased to see you acquire the genome and close out this contract. It'll be worth it. You'll see.
I'll see. But yeah, so I want to get him as perfect as possible, so extract the DNA on that as well. Let's get out of here for a minute. I'm worried because I didn't expect my first dinosaur death would be on camera. So it's like, oh no, what am I going to do? My first dino death, and it's on for everyone to see. So yeah, that's how it looks. So it's just susceptible to the common cold. So it's not got much of a rating and things like that. But yeah, I'm thinking I might try and get a few more Struthiomimuses going in here. because they're a good little dinosaur. And even so, I didn't... Oh no, what? Why? Why did it fail? Incubating dinosaurs with less than 100% value can fail. Viability trait determines the chance of incubation success.
One of your dinosaurs has failed to incubate. I never said bringing back dinosaurs was gonna be easy.
Shut up, Cabot! Success rate upgrades applied to Hamon Creation Lab will increase viability. Gene modifications decrease viability. Gene modifications will increase incubation costs, but can produce dinosaurs with significant benefits and higher ratings. So that's the example there. You got a Strithiomymus there with a different colouring. It costs more to make it, but it will bring in more visitors. So yeah, I had a failure. So I have to discard this poor little bugger. So let's try and incubate him again, shall we? Even though, so 70%, it's like that was a fucking... So in one sitting, I've had my first death and I've had my first incubation failure. All while on camera. So great. Either way, let's view fossils. We should have gotten that done by now. So what are we on now? We're on 69% for a Ceratosaurus. I think if we just try and...
Our job, no, our mission in raising these animals is to provide an environment for them to thrive. Your habitat is too small for them.
And occasionally you get poor... I don't know if that was... I don't know if that was the... I can't remember the name of the actress. Let's skip that this time. Which, because as wonderful it is to see them pop out and have a little roar and things like that, but either way. But yeah, I think that seems to imply that that I need to increase the size of this enclosure. But at the same time, it's like, where can I increase it? It's like there's not really many places I can increase this thing. I don't think. I mean, how much longer do I have? How much bigger can I go? Yeah, it's literally I can't go much bigger. I can go fair whack. There's a fair whack down here that I could go. But for the most part, I've got this nice big fuck off enclosure here. How far can we go up this? So I can go a little bit further up there. We can have like a smaller enclosure. It's pretty much everything here is where it's supposed to be, so it can expand a little bit out. Oh, disease contracted. So, what's he got? He's sick from the common cold. So if we go to R, so if you press R, you immediately select your ranger teams and add a task. And I could go and do it myself, but no.
Adding task.
So I'm going to send my ranger team out to, because if you leave a dinosaur sick, they can get everyone sick. They can get every single one of your dinosaurs sick. But I think with some of them, like Triceratops and things, I don't think they're as susceptible to the common cold, for example. They're more susceptible to tapeworms, and they're immune to certain strains. But like the Dinosaurs, they're also susceptible to the common cold. So yeah, you have to. There he comes. He's going. Oh yeah, out the way, out the way. We need. Pew. He's working on his thing. I don't know what this guy's doing. He's kind of like whiffing on every one of these shots. I think at any time I can just take control. Okay.
Awaiting weather update.
That's fucking helpful. Dart rifle.
I need to medicate that animal if you are to save it.
Medication administered.
There! See how easy that was? So, there with me fucking... That guy, like, taking 15 shots to do one fucking thing. It's like, Jesus Christ. Useless dickhead. So, leave them here. Quit out. Right, so... I can't remember what we were doing. Oh, God.
I know you've handled work like this in the past, so this contract should be right up your alley.
This is just a mini things we can do that. This is to obtain 2 small herbivore fossils. So, yeah. So we've got... Either way, we should have a Ceratosaurus with... with a 70% genome. So we can now play God, and oh God, this is all gonna go fucking wrong. Ceratosaurus, do we want to modify the genome and take the piss? No, we want to leave it. So we're going to incubate it for $550,000, which if this fails, that's a fucking waste of money. So yeah, we leave that to gently incubate like a little fucking poached egg. But yeah, while we wait, we're going to view an expedition map, because we need 2 small herbivore fossils, which are Struthiomimus. Fits the bill perfectly. You see, this one goes a different direction to where it went for China. So I believe it does. Obviously, I don't think that is technically north, but meh, either way. So, how are we looking? 21% is getting there. Oh, my first actual death dealer is. Got these people here, all hanging around. There's one guy. We've got two people sat around this empty enclosure, just sitting at a coming soon Carnosaurus or Carnotaurus or Carnosaurus. I can never remember. I'm afraid it's a Ceratosaurus. I don't know what fucking talking about. But yeah, so I think we're going to release that. We're going to have it do its thing, aka we're going to have it entertain. I think to really kind of take the piss and be in complete poor taste, I think what we're going to do is we're going to have a fast food restaurant right outside. Where can we put this? Can we put it there? Can we put it right here? Boom. Have a fast food restaurant right outside right outside the enclosure to our first carnivore. But yeah, and I do love the fact that you can literally rename everything. Like literally, I can rename this ACU Center 1 to whatever I want. I can change this Hamon Creation Lab to whatever I want. So I could, I can change the name of every all the dinosaurs have, like, you may have seen, they all have like, TC, it's TRC003. This is the third Triceratops I created. This is my STR001. This is my second Struthiomimus. But if I just click onto it, I can go on here and I can call it. I call it Dave. Dave 1. Actually, no, I'm not going to call it Dave. I'm going to call it Steve. Steve 1. There. This one's now called Steve 1. Steve 02. Sorry. Oh, and I've immediately done that. I go to fossils.
Nice work on that expedition contract.
Ooh.
Hopefully what you brought back doesn't end up as another thorn in our side.
What you brought back? You're the one who made me go out and do this. So yeah, it's always worth getting the genomes up as much as possible, because why would you not want to do this thing? But yeah, oh god, I'm so nervous about this. This is my, like I said, this is my first. Because this year I bought this, I played it on the day of release, and then I played it. This is my second time actually playing it. So yeah, Oh, it's 94%! It's almost there! And there's my fast food restaurant, which I can call anything I want. I can call it, like, Bath Burger. I mean, in fact, I'm actually going to call it Bath Burger. Boop. Bath Burger. There we go. There we go. That's Bath Burger. Because, let's face it, if you're going to watch a goat be eaten by a large carnivore, there's only really one thing that's going to really occur. What are we going to do? Also, I suddenly thought I'm going to put some shrubs. Shrubify this place. Shrub. There we go, some shrubs. So yeah, my creation is ready to be released. I think first of all, we are going to put his food down. No, that's the wrong fucking thing. That's the wrong fucking thing too. I think we're going to have to go for a live feeder. I'm going to put it right up fucking close. And we're going to release him. Oh dear fucking god. What have I done? Oh fuck. We're doomed. We're all doomed.
Happy guest is what we strive to maintain here on the islands. We do that by making sure their needs are met. In a way, it's kind of like taking care of the dinos, just with more demands and less understanding. Am I right?
Where's the goat gone? Where has the goat gone? Oh my god, he's gone all over there. Oh, this isn't good. This is no good at all. No, goat! Oh no! Oh, I'm sorry to any vegetarians that happen to be watching this. This beast knows not what it does. Was that even visible? Was that even like viewable by the public? That was viewable. I think that was viewable. So that was still that has increased my profits exponentially. So hang on. Let's go to control and increasing finances. Yeah, 104. So attraction revenue. So ticket sales. My ticket sales have increased tons. I think possibly just due. Because let's face it, the last time I had one of those, I didn't have a Ceratosaurus. Now all of a sudden, I have a Ceratosaurus. My profits have fucking gone over the fucking stupid road. So yeah, people want this. People want this bad boy. Oh, Jesus Christ, what have I done? Right, anyway, we are going to call him. I was going to call the other guy again, but now I think I shall call him Dave. Dave the Ceratosaurus. So this is Dave. If you want to see more of Dave, you have to tell me because I don't fucking know. Alright, so that's that. There's more to this mission. As you can see, I got to research a clothes shop. It's fucking exciting as that is, but that is pretty much the game. I really like it. There are some people who have really gone against it because, for example, one big fucking thing that I know of that people have complained about is the fact that they made no mention about, oh no, I've got another dead one. Once again, I believe, yep, my first Triceratops. So, my first Triceratops is gone. So, but yeah, one of the big things that people complain about is the fact that people kept asking about mod support for the game, and then now it's been released, they finally come out and said there will be no mod support. I think technically there will always be mods, but they won't be anything like official. They won't like have I don't think it's going to be supported on like Steam Workshop or anything like that, which sucks, really. But at the same time, it's like, well, I don't care particularly about mods. I mean, by all means, mods can make it quite fun and everything, but it's like, well, I don't really care too badly. One thing that I do kind of feel a bit iffy about is the fact that this thing that I am currently doing is a career mode, and there is only a career mode. There's no sandbox. There's no sandbox mode. There's no essentially dick around mode that I really like. Like, for example, like in Planet Coaster and many other theme park games, you are... Is there another goat around here somewhere? Are we... Sorry. No, there's no goats. No goats yet. He is hanging around that feeder, though. I'm a little bit worried about that. But yeah, either way, there's no sandbox mode in this, so there's no option to just be given a blank park and you can just have unlimited money or whatever. Which, admittedly, like, it's like, well, you know, that's basically some sort of cheat mode, many people would say, but it's like, well, I like that. I like being able to just, like, really dick around and make, like, utterly ridiculous things and not have to worry about anything. Like, because, like, with many theme park games or theme park simulators and things, like, theme park simulator, I suppose is a good enough word, there's usually some sort of like thing where you can like unlock. There's like a mode where you can have all research unlocked, and you have unlimited money, so you can literally just dick around however you want. He's eyeing up this thing like some sort of badass. He's really not having it, right? So, but yeah, so I'm a bit disappointed there's no sort of just sandbox mode where you can just play around, but you never know, they might add that in some sort of DLC. Well, I hope not DLC, I'm hoping a free update, because I don't really think we should have to pay for something that should have been in the game from the beginning.
Word is that a new contract is available.
Word is the new contract available? You mean the one that you're giving me? Except, it's a piece of piss one. Make sure to get your profit per minute up to that. So yeah, I'm a bit worried about that. But then there's also another thing I'm a little bit worried about. It's like, for example, where is it? InGen database, Dinosaurs. As you can see by all these outlines here, I mean, that's supposed to be a Spinosaurus. That looks like a T-Rex to me. That's some other form of Triceratops. That's another type of one. There's a Brontosaurus, various other long necks and things like that. There are no aquatic ones, and there seem to be no flying ones either, which makes me worried that you're going to have to pay, because let's face it, they're not going to just go, oh yeah, free update, you're going to get all these new dinosaurs. It's looking to me like you're going to have to pay to get... I'm betting it will be some sort of pay-for DLC that they're going to add aquatic dinosaurs and flying dinosaurs. Even though I don't quite know how those would work. I mean, aquatic dinosaurs can easily work. Flying ones, they'd be a little bit more iffy to do. And also it'd be almost impossible to recapture them once they go. This is, by the way, the InGen database, which gives you loads of stuff on dig sites, paleontology, dinosaurs, various genes you can insert, the archive, locations you have. So you have Hamon Creation Lab gives you all the details of that, and what films it appeared in, the islands itself, and various other bits and bobs. The genes, all the various genes you can do. The null gene is, as we learned in the first film, they use bullfrog DNA. But then you got various ones that you can put in instead, so you can have tooth and claw hardness, scale and skin toughness, heart and lung muscle strength, and robust digestions, and everything else in between. And null cosmetic genes as other cosmetic genes, and everything else. But either way, so yeah, as I was saying, it's like I'm a bit sad that there's no form of there's no sort of sandbox mode, but other than that, I think it's a fairly solid game. And there's a few, like I said, there's a few niggling bits, like I said, about the mission thing, about, you know, if you try and start another mission while one's already running, then it stops your progress and makes you have to do it all over again. And there's another goat, poor little goat. He has no idea what he's about to get himself into. I think he's about to go out the area. That's not what I want to click on. That's not what I want to click on at all. I think he's just gone out of the area. No, he hasn't. I think he's still in it. It's like the poor little bugger. It's like... He's currently still within eyesight of our punters. Which... Even then, look at that. Because it's raining, it's got all glistening. He's like, oh, bollocks. Ah! Nom 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 nom. I'm sorry. I'm a massive fan of carnivores. The Tyrannosaurus Rex was my favourite dinosaur. Still is my favourite dinosaur. And there's been many other ones that are really cool looking and shit, but yeah, I'm gonna be looking forward to getting my T-Rex. I might call it Mark. Anyway, but anyway, I think that's about it, really. Yeah, this has been a Jurassic World Evolution. Once again, to kind of go a bit more into the whole fucking admin thing that I did at the start. I'm sorry that it's been so long since I made any videos. Sorry, hang on a minute. Drinking noises. Yeah, I'm sorry that it's been so long of me making no videos at all. No doubt anyone who subscribed to me probably thought that I've dropped off the face of the earth or decided I'm not going to bother anymore. But like I said, that's not even close to the truth. I love making these videos. It's just the fact that I suppose realistically one of the big things is I felt that what I was doing wasn't good enough.
En route to top up feeder.
In that it's just like, you know, I see like many of my friends make videos and stuff like that, and it's like, well, they're doing really good videos and they're really amazing looking, yet here I am doing shit because I don't know how to edit properly. I don't know how to do all this stuff. And I think we're going to make another Enclosure as well. And so, yeah, I just kind of felt that what I do isn't quite as good as what many of my friends do, and what I could be possible doing. But then, and also as the, so yeah, that's one of the reasons I kind of stopped. It's like I felt like I wasn't really doing good. But the more I thought about it, the more I thought, well, this is a stupid reason to stop, because I enjoy making these videos. I enjoy making them. I enjoy seeing people. I hope people enjoy them. But yeah, I just think, let's face it, I'm not going to get any better at editing and working on videos and all that kind of stuff unless I keep doing more. So there's that point. And then also the point of, the other reason I kind of stopped as well is the fact that I live in... Sorry, he's socialising. But yeah, I live in one of the big reasons I stopped as well is that I live in a shared house, which means I gotta be careful about my noise and everything else. At least that's what I thought. I thought, I have to be careful about my noise. I've got to be considerate about everyone else. I've got to think about them. I've got to do all this kind of stuff. I've got to be there. I've got to be good. I've got to be all this stuff, and this, that, and the other. Then I kind of had a little bit of an epiphany recently, in that none of them seem to give a shit about that themselves. So I have come to the conclusion of, fuck that shit. I'm going to do what I want. If they don't like the fact I'm making noise when making these videos, they can practically go fuck themselves. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Release! New Triceratops, I'm gonna call him Barry. Barry the Triceratops, Barry! Barry the Triceratops, Barry! So yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I thought I know.
See you hatch a Triceratops. Might be cute now, but that's only gonna last for about a week.
Oh no, I don't know which one this is. 05. Let's go to 005. I think he's 05. I'm pretty sure he's 05. I want to keep the number thing going because let's go to the map view. Just dinosaurs. So we got Triceratops 1, Triceratops 2, Barry. I could have sworn I had another Triceratops in here. Oh no, we just lost one. So actually, no, he's actually Barry 04. I've got it wrong.
I owe you for this, and I won't forget it.
04. But yeah, so I know it may be a bit of a, well, you know, that's not very nice. You should be considerate of all your people and all that. But they honestly, they don't care about anything at all. They are loud, noisy, obnoxious. They take over certain areas of the house. I don't fucking care. I'm going to start just doing what I want to do, and I enjoy making these videos, so I'm going to make these videos. If I make a bit of noise, I will apologise to them for making such noise, but I'm not going to stop doing it because...
This dinosaur, the Edmontosaurus, was originally uncovered at a site in Canada. I'll let you guess where. The T-Rex thinks these are delicious, and who's to argue?
Dinosaur food. Anyway, but yeah, so my intention is to start making videos again. Once again, there won't be any sort of I can't think of the fucking word. There won't be any sort of schedule or anything like that. There'll be, if I think of something that I want to record, I'm going to record it, and then I will release it as and when it's finished doing things. And I do if I'm waffling here, but yeah, so because as well as that, I got to balance an actual full-time job as well. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Oh god, I've gone all burpy. Oh dear. Oh god. Oh. Yeah. Oh god, where's Dave? Oh Dave. Where are you, Dave? Oh, there you are, Dave. Thank fuck for that. Luckily enough, when they do escape, it does literally say, you know, they've broken containment. You know, help, for God's sake, someone do something. Or someone please think of the children. But yeah, so I will be intending to do more videos in the future. If you want to see more...
Hey, just heard of a great opportunity we should get behind.
Yeah, whatever, I'm going to be doing that anyway. After I've just released 2 new dinosaurs, it then gives me the mission to release 3 new dinosaurs. So, fuck you. But yeah, so that's my intention. I'm going to intend to make more videos from now on. There won't be any schedule. It'll be when I think of something that I think will be good. If you want to see more of this, if you want to see me play this more often, tell me in the comments and things. And yeah, this is, I don't know if I've mentioned everything. It's made by Frontier. It's I think published by Universal, which is the owners of Jurassic Park. Not an actual Jurassic Park, as in like the IP of. You get what I mean. It's made by Frontier, who are a fantastic fucking company who make a lot of fucking phenomenal games. It's available on PC, which is what I'm playing it on. It's also available on Xbox One and PlayStation 4. It's I don't know what to say. It's more expensive on the consoles, which is why I've bought it on PC. Only by like a $5, but either way, it's a bit more expensive on consoles, so it's something to be aware of. Apparently, as well, another little thing that some people complain about is apparently the UI. Even though I don't see any problem with this UI, some people have said that the UI is seemingly designed for consoles, which I don't personally see. It works fine. I think we possibly just missed the feeding time. Yes, we have. So, I don't quite... I'm a bit terrified to have to refill this feeder. I'm a little bit terrified of it. to the point of I'm tempted just to destroy them and rebuild a new one every time I need it. But yeah, I don't think creating another Ceratosaurus is a good idea. But either way, I don't know how long I've been recording now, so I really feel I should stop. So yeah, I recommend this. I think it's a perfectly reasonable game. I think it's perfectly good. It's running perfectly fine. I mean, you may, especially with Fraps running, there has been a little bit of slowdown, but I think that's been pretty much because Fraps is running at the same time. But yeah, I think it's a decent little park game. I mean, it's a bit of a shame that with this particular map, it's a little bit on the small side, because you can see there I think realistically it's more, with some of it I believe it's just terrain causes it to stop, but at the same time, let's face it, realistically speaking, there's no reason that should stop. That's practically flat land. So it's a bit of a shame that it is pretty small, at least this map is. I think as you go from island to island, as you go from island to island, you get bigger and bigger parks. I'm going to save my career quickly. Crumpet 1, save. I wish to overwrite. Crumpet 1. But yeah, it's... so this map's a little bit small, but I think they get bigger and bigger as you go on. And I think it's quite possible that you do keep access to this park. You don't just, oh, I've done with this park, now I'm moving on to the next one. It's literally you have to manage this one and that one. And as you go on more, as you've seen with this one, you get a little bit of rain. But as you go on, there are more cataclysmic weather events, like full-blown storms and hurricanes and things like that, where it will do damage to your park. And it will do damage to your infrastructure, which means you've got to maintain the power to your park, to your fences and your defences. And some dinosaurs will be smart enough to exploit such things. But either way, it's a decent little game. I recommend it. I think you should all buy it because it's snazzy and it's got awesome dinosaurs. Have I mentioned awesome dinosaurs? It's got awesome fucking dinosaurs in it. But yeah. Once again, if you want to see more of this, comment, like, subscribe, please. So if you want to see more of it, comment, say you want to see more of it. If you want to, if you have any questions about my long absence, by all means, go ahead. I'll gladly answer any questions you have. And I'm using the wrong button to try and move around. But yeah, it's a decent little game, and I'm going to stop now because I'm still waffling. I don't want it to end, you see. I want to continue. But yeah, I enjoy doing this. I've enjoyed making my first video in a long fucking time. And I will see you again very soon because I will try and find stuff to do videos on. Because as well as that, sorry to suddenly immediately U-turn and fucking go back to fucking doing more stuff. Another big reason that I didn't play games for a long time is because I didn't actually technically have the screen to do it. The screen I had was at a weird resolution. Some of you may have noticed in previous videos where it would cut off the top and bottom of the screen because technically my screen was at a point somewhere between 720p and 1080p. So it was like a weird between thing. It was an exact square, which isn't good for recording. However, in recent months I have bought a 1080p monitor, which means that I can actually play games in 1080p, which means, first and foremost, it should mean that these videos look a little bit nicer. Also means that I can actually record things that, because there are certain games that don't give you an option for what you want to record them in, so you have to do them in their respective things. So you have to do it in whatever your screen resolution is, which isn't good when you don't have a screen resolution which technically is supported by any sort of recording equipment. So either way, that's another reason why I didn't fucking make a video. I'm now going to stop. So, thank you for watching. I will see you very soon with another video of some description. I will find something to record, I have no doubt. And I have been Commander Crumpet. You have all been fantastic as normal, and I shall see you soon. Toodles!